about Drake is Drake, you know, I got a problem because I used to terrorize guys like that in high school. I would have put ketchup on my hand and slapped Drake in the back of his neck in high school. I would have peed in his shoes when he left them in the locker room. I would have dumped him in a trash can a couple.
But I don't necessarily think Drake is an incredible R&B artist. No new friends, no new friends, no new friends, no, no, no. Drake to me is, if he was a real full-time R&B singer, he'd probably be in the same boat as Omarion.
And I just think, personally, he's a corny guy.
There's 3 sexual orientations out here. It's gay, straight, and Drake. And I know everybody's gonna be like, oh, Charlamagne the Drake hater.
The relationship history between Charlamagne and Drake has been a weird one. One moment they're down talking and dissing one another in interviews and songs.
No new friends. Fuck out of here with that no new friend shit.
Like, you're a real fucking loser.
And then in the next, they're getting gifted champagne bottles with letters on it wanting to be friends. And even a shout out in a diss song.
You gon' make me step out of my fucking frame. You gon' make me buy bottles for Charlamagne.
Whenever it seems like that tension has died down between these two and they put their past issues behind them, something disrespectful in the woodworks always seems to happen so suddenly, where it 9 times out of 10 starts with Charlamagne.
Drake's used to people laughing at him and talking about him behind his back from high school.
Stemming all the way back to 2010, where he would question Drake's sexuality, called him an albino girl, trashed a lot of his early albums, and would even go as far to leak private pictures of him. And this is at a time in Drake's career where he was hated upon and getting his music trashed by a lot of hip-hop purists, or more commonly known as old heads.
I'm glad that I'm an old head.
Just people who were used to rap sounding or looking a certain type of way and weren't really receptive of a new sound that was ushering in that would eventually take over the mainstream of hip hop. But now, after nearly a decade and a half in the rap game, having arguably the most successful rap resume, whether it's having countless amounts of #1 songs, diamond certified songs, platinum albums, and even having the most charted songs in Billboard history, it's safe to say that Drake has earned his respect from his peers and counterparts, and even from the rap legends that came before him or had a change of heart about his music.
Drake, through different times, he used so many different styles.
I got Drake in my top 10, fellas. There's no denying his impact and his music.
Every rapper that comes in this game should model their career after Drake.
Drake is the greatest rapper ever.
That shit is whack. Nothing was the same as a whack album. I think Drake is a whack artist.
Well, not exactly everybody. Charlamagne has always been that one radio host who loves to get under the people he interviews' skin. If there was somebody I would compare him to, it would be Skip Bayless, who is also known for being blatantly disrespectful and always hating on an athlete.
LeBron James is the most protected superstar in sports history.
And just like Skip Bayless, Charlamagne's disrespect was the key to his success for his radio show and being responsible for a lot of legendary moments during that time.
In your pockets on a diet, nigga, I'm calling you Atkins.
Nah, that ain't it, y'all.
Listen, man.
But for some reason with Drake, it was beyond disrespect and it almost started to feel personal, almost seeming like that he had a personal disdain for his existence, or just at times using him for the butt of jokes. Drake would respond back by calling Charlamagne a nerd, but will also sound hurt and confused on how someone could genuinely hate on him so much.
Turn on like Power 105 and hear some nerd telling them that I'm gay, or they have pictures of me, or that to me is like, why, man? Like, for what? You know, why are you using your job to tear me down?
Throughout the years, the two would go back and forth, and even for a moment seeming like that they were on good terms.
Drake's really living his raps, man. He said somebody was gonna make him buy bottles for Charlamagne with a card that says, "Let's be friends, Aubrey Graham."
But now most recently, Charlamagne would be critical of Drake's newest song Slime You Out featuring SZA, basically saying that he dropped a song and nobody cared about it, implying that Drake is falling off, and believes that his album rollouts has always been terrible.
Drake put out a song last Friday and nobody cared. I'm in the group chat and I'm like, damn, Drake put out this record Friday and people just getting to the lyrics on a Monday? I mean, that's not Drake-like.
Drake would immediately respond back on his Instagram story by saying, "Are you okay, Leonard? You kinda weirded me out, G. Like you really obsessed with me or something for years. Like you look in the mirror and you wish you saw my reflection type shit. Whatever you gotta do to let it out, I'm sure your 435 loyal fans will stand by you, you goof." And deep thought about how you the off-brand Morris Chestnut. So Drake really responded back with the quickness, and he's not playing this year. He really owned demon timing, and he'll violate anybody that got something to say about him. Remember a couple months ago, he violated Elliott Wilson for being called out about doing an interview with a white person, or quote unquote not in the culture. Then Drake basically responded back by saying, how you go from interviewing me to now doing these Rolling Louds Yes Jules type interviews? And I'm thinking like, damn Drake, you moving like that now? Now, do I think Charlamagne is hating on Drake for his most recent comments? To be honest with you, no, not really. He actually said some points I don't agree on, but I can see why he said it. But I can also see why Drake think he's hating on him again. Cause you can't say Drake dropped a song nobody cared about, but it's going #1 on the Billboard Hot 100s. Maybe to your demographic or audience, they didn't care about it, but clearly people care and like this record. And Drake is still on God mode when it comes to his music career.
Trust me, daddy.
To some people, Drake's response to Charlamagne's comments does seem a little aggressive, and it seems like that he's taking it way too harsh and being sensitive about it. But to be honest with you, I don't blame Drake at all. And shit, if anything, he should have went harder on Charlamagne, cause for years that man was hating on Drake with a passion, and he even admitted this himself.
I'm not a Drake type of guy.
But y'all let me know y'all opinions on this Drake and Charlamagne situation. Do you think Charlamagne is a pure hater of Drake, or you feel like the criticism is justified? Cause Drake, he do be doing some cringy things.
Embarrassing!
But y'all let me know down below in the comments. Be sure to like the video, comment, share, subscribe. Have a nice day.